you don't force your pen,
No.
you know, as far as what you want to say, because sometimes, you know, I have a project I've been creating in my mind for forever, you know, but I know when the correct time is going to be in order to put the final touches on certain songs, just hearing certain beat selections and just being around certain people and hearing about and going through certain situations myself. Again, it just goes back to being organic. Like, I couldn't be around these people for this long making music and it not be organic and just genuine and real. But I could still hang around these people in, you know, my everyday life. But it's different when you're making music and you're performing and you're knowing about the situations and stories and scenarios that they're talking about. And even you know, like a song that DC wrote, Frequent Flyer, me listening to it brought me to a point when it spoke to it was like talking about one of my dear friends, which inspired me to write a verse that, you know, that I performed with Candace a couple of times. But, you know, it's all about just feeding off the other person and just getting, you know, that even takes it back to the studio days. The studio was almost like if you're fans of like the Rockefeller, you know, little dynasty, it was a competitive atmosphere. It was a competitive aura, and you were supportive of the next person, but then in the back of your mind you're like, okay, well, next weekend I gotta book some studio time because I gotta make something better than that person, and the next person want to make. But it's not to the person you want to down the person. You're just you feel inspired to, okay, I can take it. If she can take it there, I can take it here. If he can take it there, I can take it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that, so they sell themselves short because they kill their dreams before they even leave, you know, off the flying mat. So, you know, just being around and hearing the music, going through certain things, having, you know, I had nothing to do with Yogi going to Atlanta, but I was there in the same place that she was at, pulling my weight, you know, advertising the events, just pulling my weight, and I just felt like it was something that I know at the end of the day it was all to help her, and we all held a foundation. You know, a lot of people can bend in life, and I say this sucks. I'm sorry for anybody looking that doesn't have that, but none of these people are gonna let me break. So I ain't even worried about none of the decisions that I really make, because I know that at the end of the day, it sucks for some people because they don't have it, but I have a safety net. They're not going to let me break or, you know, anything like that. So, you know, it makes the music part easy.
Unless people know what they need to look for.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah, don't apologize. It's real.
We're not binded under the legality of big name corporations and what they must do in making songs with this person. I don't care if you can make a song with Young Thug for all I care. Don't do that, but you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact, like, okay, we might not agree with whom such and such. No disrespect to Young Thug, but I know if Yogi on the track, if any of these people in this circle on the track, we gonna tear that mug to shreds. So it's all good, man.
Yeah, when one of us is in it, then it's like all of us.
Yeah.
And it's been like an iron sharpens iron kind of thing, because even like Rock the Bells, I always think of it as like it was the blueprint for like the way that we needed to move forward with everything. Like it's like extremely grassroots, and like, how do we advertise? What do we need shirts? Do we need CDs? Like, what do we need? All of that was the blueprint for Atlanta, and then for the next thing, and then for the next thing.
KRS-One even said that back then.
Shout out to KRS-One. I'm gonna do the quick shout out. Shout out to B&E. Wait, back up. Shout out to team. What we doing?
No. You go ahead with the shout out.
No, I don't want to get mad. I don't want to be neglected. So, shout out to the Most High.
Yeah.
Shout out to Team Lavender, Team Johnson, Team Jones, Team Stephenson, and Team Mankey. Now, I say that to say, shout out to KRS-One, Tech 9, Big Boy, Joe Budden, Slaughterhouse, Supernatural,
the Marley Clan,
Damian Marley, Nasty Nines. Shout out to Camouflage Hodge, which is KRS-One's son. Shout out to the Roots. Shout out to the bro and the tuba that we met. So you gotta understand, it rocked the bells, right? We swarmed the DTE Center like we were the SWAT team. First of all, you gotta remember, I think this was right after Michael Jackson died.
Yeah, it was.
Because Tech 9 on his tour bus he was posing as Michael Jackson
with the straight jacket.
Yeah, with the straight jacket.
That was the Killer album.
Right.
Yeah.
So look, check this out. Originally, it was only supposed to be me and DC backstage. Okay? And her manager.
And someone,
shout out Esther.
Listen.
Shout out Esther, man.
First of all, we were so rookie at this. When I get backstage to support my sister, the first thing the dude from Gorilla Union says is, "Where's your DJ?" Ooh. We're like, we don't have one. Well, who's gonna spin your music for your artist? We was like,
he is.
They were like, where's your turntables and your equipment? She has to go on in 10 minutes. I was like, what are you talking about?
We have a CD.
We got a CD.
CD.
They literally look. Shout out to High Tech.
Yeah.
Because they checked with High Tech's manager, who already had his table set up. He said it was okay for us to play. So I actually DJ'd my sister on High Tech's turntable.
I didn't know how that happened.
And
so
if you remember, he said, "Press this, do this, do that." So if you didn't know, the song didn't start for about 3 minutes because I didn't know how to.
He didn't know how to get out the gate.
That's the detail. Shout out to Tech 9 security. Because backstage, he told me my sister, he was like, "So y'all don't have a DJ? You don't have a sound person? Y'all don't have security?" He was like, "You're going to need security tonight."
Oh my god.
He came back and he said, "Y'all are Lavenders." He said, "Man, I know your cousin because I'm from Kansas City. I went to high school with your older cousin." He said, "How about Brian?"
Wow.
He said, "How about I be y'all security for tonight?" Long story short, long story short,
I was thinking me.
because the promoter and backstage staff saw how on the grind we were.
How
new. Look, the box office dude was like, "You guys can't literally go around the venue with backpacks full of CDs and sell them out." We was hitting like $3,
There was like
everybody was infected that day, bro.
KRS-One pulled us to the side, was like, "Yo, I haven't seen this since the Wu-Tang."
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like, "Man," he was like, "Y'all need to keep this." Tech 9 and this whole crew backstage was cool. Shout out to Gorilla Union. Gorilla Union staff broke the rules and allowed all 10 of us to be backstage, and we got to experience this.
Meals.
Shout out,
that's how we got on Bud Light.
Charlie Tuna,
K9. We was on Bud Light Lime for like 10 years.
If y'all don't know what a big boy budget is, a rapper budget.
Go on tour where they got where basically they tell the police, "Don't come back here."
There's nothing they can do.
Like my mom, like Nas's road manager tried to hit on my mother. See what I'm saying?
The fact that your mom was there, we were.
My mom was
kicking it. We were eating lunch with before everybody came backstage. No, we were eating lunch, politicking with Joel Ortiz. But this brings me to a valid point, man. There are a lot of artists in the Kalamazoo community who really feel like they've arrived.
Cathedral.
And we've seen we've been on so many stages. We haven't even gotten into the conversation with J. Cole or the artists in Atlanta. Like,
ain't got there.
But the thing that my point is that if you're not in this game showing the highest level of humility, because any given day you can be taken out, any given day your talents could just come to an end. You have to be humble. Don't ever feel like you bigger than anybody else, because that gig that you might feel you're above could be an opportunity that you could really instill something in somebody else. But that's the difference between those with positive music and those with just stuff.
Well, let me piggyback on that. A lot of people, artists, like I was recording a song for my meditation, and the producer in the studio said, "Your verses are too conscious." So that's when I knew, like, what is too conscious? Our plight began at the Gospel Mission. People were dogging us for that. Why are y'all going there? Y'all can't get no shows. So then our next show was at Craft Brow before their last show.
Shout out College.
That's real.
That was
Hey, that was the rock joint.
He was like, you can perform Friday, and I was like, are y'all free Friday?
So
that was that Friday.
That was their last show.
You bought the T-shirts?
Yes.
That was their last show.
It's Old Dog Tavern now, by the way.
For those of you who have been around, you still get that Similac.
Right. But it's part of, like, all these experiences, man, have really just made us closer together. Like, I never put myself on a higher pedestal than any of these young people right here, you know what I mean? Or any other artist. It just, sometimes I sit back and listen to the conversations of artists that may have had a great opportunity and they really feel like, I'm about to charge $1,000 now. Which that's fine. Like, however you want to make your paper, that's cool. But it's like, if artists would really connect with like minds and not let it be about, like Conscious was saying, like a competition, not a friendly one, but just like, we gonna compete, literally. Because we've heard, like, people that don't know that we know these owners and stuff, we hear the stuff y'all, like, people say, like, oh, you know what I mean? And
you said y'all, go ahead.
Right, look.
Because I'm not even about that, but it just amazes me how, right, go ahead. We'll write it on the credits.
We'll put a whole list.
But you know, at the end of the day, like Conscious was saying, it doesn't matter what anybody says. Like, it doesn't matter anything I go through. I've been on Yogi's couch crying about other stuff, and it doesn't matter because I know that I can come to all these people and they gonna embrace me, and then tomorrow it's gonna be like, okay, what you gonna write about now? You know what I mean? What you gonna do right now? You know what I mean? So that's the best thing ever. The music is great, but the connection that I've made with these people is just amazing. It's amazing.
And we love each other.
Yeah. All right, this wasn't on the list, but since you said that, I guess, how important do you feel it is for people to live life in order to get the inspiration that they need in order to write and make the music that they make?
So I would say just be authentic. We live in a generation where people are panting after authenticity. They want people to be authentic. That's why you can have somebody, like, for instance, you can have somebody spit about them having morning breath. But then you got a dude spitting about him having hoes and cars and stuff. The culture and generation now can decipher right through that mess, right? There's a large majority of people looking for authenticity. So we live life, and then that's pretty much truth tone.
Yeah, that's
telling your truth. What's the truth to you, right?
That's exactly.
Where are you at in your life? How authentic are you willing to be so that others will find healing? Our first show at the Gospel Mission, we were talking about some stuff, and that's when you had the mothers who were addicted to crack, the mothers who had lost their children, the fathers who had been to prison and looking for a job and can't, literally falling on their knees like, man, you guys are, your music is healing, because they felt the authenticity, right? That's thus truth tone. You know, you got a lot of fabrication going on these days. So that's what I would say. You can't stop living life, but are you able to capture those life moments and portray them to the world in an authentic fashion? Leaving yourself vulnerable. You know what I mean? So
that's the art. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at the end of the day, obviously it starts in the home. So your kids could listen to Kurt Franklin and still be terrible. You know what I mean? If you're not instilling and planting those seeds in the home, that's where it first starts. So let's start there. But then artists have a responsibility and obligation to take the talents that you've been given, because nobody really, like, earned them. You know what I mean? You've been given these talents because a higher power saw fit for you to have that. So it's your responsibility to instill those messages. So even artists like Lil Wayne, who talk about the purple drink, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, have a conversation about how you're a college graduate. You know what I mean? Have those interviews and those conversations. And so, to each his own. Whatever you want to talk about, cool. But have some element of truth in there. Whether it's doing an interview You know what I'm saying? With Achickwitbeatz, you feel me? Shameless plug, but you know what I'm saying. So all of that, like, have those conversations. So we might be at shows at Bell's and Grand Rapids, the Pyramid Scheme, all of that. But we're gonna have these conversations. We're gonna be in those classrooms. We're gonna be in those residential facilities. We're gonna be talking to our kids about that, no matter how old they are, how young they are, and so. That's the respect. That's the artistry.
Yeah.
The music and the painting. That's half of it.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? What message are you sending with that? That's the artist. That's what artistry is.
Yeah. That authenticity is. I'm convinced that that's the reason why God has allowed us to be able to do all the things that we've been able to do. Is because it's never been about like really anything else other than like just being truthful about who we are. And so from that, like, so many other things have been able to just happen and, like, you know, just spiral because of the fact that we have just been true to who we are and, like, true to each other. And so just like so many things, other things have happened because of that. I even think about, like, it's so much bigger than the music. Like, Truth Tone is not just
5%.
And we're not even doing like.
Oh, please let.
Like, we're not. We haven't even like dove in completely.
We used to get together every Friday and Saturday night and just play beats, and the vocalist would sing and just come up with the dopest hooks.
Every week,
the rapper, we would just pretty much burn out on freestyling to the point where I don't even know, but that was just our way of building as a people. You know, sharing that energy and that vibration. You know, and just kind of learning each other. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have known that I was a vocalist. And I wouldn't have been confident in my abilities unless I was around them, and they were just like until they were like, you need to do that. I would have never DJ'd until Kev was like, hey, why don't you DJ this party? Because for me, it was just something that helped me beat depression in my solitary little space.
He's being extremely humble right now.
When I started doing it, I'm like, okay, we can do that. So. It's pretty much the same thing through us, and to convey it to you guys that surround yourself by greatness, man, and you can do anything. Like, the things that you don't think you can do, you put the limitations on your own mind. There's nothing that you can't do, and I really, you know, it sounds cheesy when you say that as a kid. I don't care what situation, I don't care financially what it is. Surround yourself by the people that want to get you in the right direction, and somehow, some way, with faith and a lot of hard work, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to work now.
It will be accomplished.
Yeah, you can reach that, you know, and even just answering, to go back to the root of your question, I named my company Life because that music is my life. It's lifestyle, so that's love, inspiration, freedom, and it's entertaining to most people. My life is entertainment. You gotta have the love for the music, and that's what we all have. That's what I have. That's what it revolves around. You gotta have the inspiration to say what you want to say, be inspired and inspire others, and you gotta have the freedom mentally, and you know, just to say what you want to say without, you know, that kickback of like, why are you talking about that? Like, okay, you guys are. You know, you guys are supposed to be this hip hop group, and you guys are talking about God, or you guys are supposed to be this hip hop. You guys are talking about like suicide or suicide prevention or
bullying,
or you know what I'm saying, touching on
poverty,
you know, homosexuality, or just different things that most people are afraid to talk about because they think it affects sales. We're not millionaires. We'll probably never be millionaires, but we're rich at heart, and we got each other, and can't nobody take that away from us. So
right, and the standards that our village has is that you speak truth.
That's
you
all.
Value that over wealth and anything else. Your family, but one thing I'm proud of is just to see how everyone is taking ownership of their own destiny. So Truth Tone's like the mothership, but you got lifestyle entertainment, you got soul artistry, you got DC. Vocab was sharing with me his idea for a fashion line. This was like 2-3 weeks ago in front of this building. So I think the perception from the public is, oh, a record label, you're supposed to have this controlling arm over everybody. It has never been that way. I tried that approach for like a week, and I was exhausted. Now, what insane person would have an endeavor of trying to manage 7 artists? That's crazy. I know that now. But I also know now the seeds that we're planting, it empowered everyone to take ownership of, like, okay, everyone found their own, like, new niche in all of this, you know? So that's one thing I'm very proud of, that I look at any major corporation and they have subsidies or subsidiaries or, you know, you have, like, the main company, but then if you're doing your business right, all these new companies, right? A true leader will empower others. You don't remain like this one person, right? It's never been a dictatorship. You know, I used to watch P. Diddy and Master P and all these guys and think dictatorship, that kind of approach, the one person or all, that has never worked.
Then you look at where they are right now.
Right. And I look at where my team is at. Like, everyone has not only, like, went crazy with where they're at, but opened up so many new doors. So I say that to say this. I think, and I'm going to make a prediction, all the things that we just said we used to do, I see that stuff coming back around slowly but surely. And all of y'all out there better be on notice. The focus, if there's even a slightest increase in focus on the music side of things, just understand you're not ready. Okay? And I think those that have been paying attention see that. You guys are going to listen. And let me give another quick shout out to Megan McNeil.
Oh, absolutely.
Because look, Megan, I feel like she is true tone. Because look, the days at Fire, when we be there every day, all Fire, we would be up in the loft, all with the beat on, writing, recording, brainstorming, marketing. So,
Mia, Azar, Steve Carew, so many people getting.
Look, Nate and Asia Martin,
they go through it, man.
Everybody getting. Ashley Bonet, who lives in like Houston now. The network is just it's just crazy. But I keep thinking about like the community reach, like the fact that there's organizations and businesses that have become successful and have, you know, profited and benefited because of Truth Tone. Because of Truth Tone artists, and because of the fact that we started from a foundation that was like embedded in community, and we just happened to be also be doing music. It was never that it was like gonna be one thing or the other. It always was both. It was always both.
Now we're at the point where it's like, okay, we've blazed all these trails. I think it's now like, how do we want to execute to the next level, right? So, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for, I mean, now there's like more babies now. Kids have been born. You know, we've had some loved ones pass on. So, I mean, all this after 10 years, it's like, okay, how do we want to flex our muscle, so to speak, in our position to create more wealth and opportunities for the next generation for ourselves. And I think you'll see very soon what that means.
My next question was, as the CEO of an independent music label, what are your responsibilities? And you just answered that. So that's so awesome.
Yeah, I would say number one, that whole servant leadership thing. Right? Servant leadership is never going to get old. Yes, you have to put your stuff on the back burner. Yes, a lot of the stuff was a crash course. Yes, there are a lot of things that I wish I could go back and do differently. In the sense, I think the one thing I would have fine-tuned was the like administrative capacity. Because, you know, I'm sitting here trying to get my ditty on and do this and this and that. It looks cute on TV, but in reality, it's not. No. So my responsibilities are to support, to kind of be a visionary, to always push the envelope. I'm a notorious envelope pusher. So how can we diversify our portfolio? And we have done that extremely well by the grace of God. you hear truth, like people hear truth telling, like, is it music? Is it community? Is it education? Is it nonprofit? Is it? It's all that.
It's synonymous with a lot of things, and I think that's one of the awesome things that makes you guys stand out amongst a lot of other people that you see in the community.
Well, as a CEO, you have to constantly push that envelope. And then also realize you leverage the strengths of your team. It's not you. You're not the end all person. How are you empowering your team? And then how are you willing to seek to understand and to be understood? One of the 7 habits of highly effective people, right? So I'm constantly getting feedback, stuff I don't like, stuff I do, and I was stay up late and I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm a failure. Like, I can't do. I don't have no time. No, it's not about none of that. It's about being a supportive role, being a visionary, and empowering. That's what it's about. Okay. That's it.
So, piggybacking off of that, as artists, what do you feel your responsibility is, like being a part of an independent label? And I know this question is going to be different from you guys compared to like other people, but
okay, why don't you start?
Yeah.
Well, as far as for me, I feel like my position in here is I feel like they've shown me so much as the youngest artist on the Truth Tone label. It's kind of just opening up doors for me, entrepreneurial, to showcase my creativity and however I feel like I can do to impact the culture that I feel like we all love and cherish. So definitely just in that area, just make sure that my creativity is, you know, up to par. Just continue to contribute to the label. Music always, just keep coming out with new music and just continue to learn from everyone that I've been around. So yeah, as far as an artist, that's definitely how I feel like I can play my part.
I think my part is just to be present. You know what I mean? To just be to focus on my own artistry, but also to support my teammates in everything, not just things musically. I mean, we've been by some of each other's hospital bedsides, you know what I'm saying, or bedsides of family members. So to support them in any avenue that they need support. I think another one of my purposes is to continue to have conversations and to engage with these young people. I mean, just now I had to take a call from a kid in distress that was blowing my phone up. Shout out to you. But to just be available, you know what I mean? It's just about being available, no matter what, and to never think that I'm bigger than being there. You know what I mean? But you know, I appreciate this guy right here because Kev will never let you settle. Kev will be like, you jump rope good? You need to go and do a jump rope. Yeah, you need to. Like, Kev will always, jump rope, right? Good, you good at that. You know, Kev. Kev will always
that empowerment.
Kev will always remind you of that, even when you forget. I know you can. Me and Jay talk about like. Vocab is one of those people that just have like all of us, but has like several talents. And Kev will never let you forget that. Like he will. Hey, you said 3 years ago that you wanted to tap into this comic strip making. What's up? What do I got to do? What do you need? And so that's what a leader is, you know. And I think that we've all found our own inner leader by being able to be under his wings. And so I truly appreciate him for that. A lot of people, he plays the back behind stage most often, so a lot of people don't even know how much he's influenced the artists that are kind of in front. But he's the reason, you know what I mean? Him and God, I always say, you and Jesus.